All right, I'm back with another video. In my last video, I was talking about this map. This map is the 1587 Urbano Monte map. This is the world's oldest flat earth map. So to all these globers or people that we believe that we are spinning on a ball and that this magical theory called gravity is holding water on this ball. This is one of the oldest flat earth maps in existence from 1587. And this map is also found inside of Stanford University, inside of the David Rumsey collection. Go check it out. But they will tell you that we are spinning on the ball. But if you take a basketball, if you take a soccer ball, and you pour a cup of water on top of this ball, the water will not stick to the ball. Why does gravity not work in these situations? But they will tell you we're spinning on the ball, but gravity is what's holding oceans and bodies of water to a globe, supposedly a globe that is spinning 1,000 miles per hour and also rotating and revolving around the sun. This video is for entertainment purposes only. This is for conspiracy theory. Nothing that I say in this video is true. Go do your own research. Now, this 1587 Urbano Monte map was made by Urbano Monte. Now, this map was made to serve not only as a geographical tool, but also to show the climate, the customs, the length of days, and the distances between regions. This was one of the most detailed maps that was ever created in modern history, but they would dismiss it. I had a commenter say that this was just a fantasy map, okay? Now they will say that the 1587 Urbano Monte map is a fantasy map, but this looks more like a fantasy map than I ever seen. It looks like CGI. It looks like a pixel drawing. Just my opinion, this is allegedly. But on this map, you have 7 continents, but the 6 continents are on the inside of a ring of land. This ring of land is the Antarctic Circle or Antarctica, when we have been told that Antarctica is one piece of landmass that is sitting on the south, okay? But on this map, you will see that Antarctica is a piece of land that surrounds all of the other 6 continents. This is in 1587. If you look closely, you can see that it shows lush tropical land, warm climate, and if you go and zoom in and go do some research, you will even see warm climate animals. This was about 430 years ago. So what happened that could turn a tropical climate into a frozen tundra? Go do some research on your own. Here we have a picture of the same map from 1587 where it shows this large bird type dinosaur, pterodactyl looking bird. And if you look, you will see inside of its claws, it was carrying an elephant. But they would dismiss this and say that this was fantasy. This was not possible. We don't know because we were not there. And a lot of the things that we were told about in history were complete and utter lies. And it was only one side of the story based on the mainstream media. Here we have another map that is similar to the 1587 Urbano Monte map. This is the Terra Infinita map, okay? And you can see that it depicts a ring around the other 6 continents, which is Antarctica, but it is completely frozen over and it is called the ice walls. Now on this map, it shows other lands that are outside of the ice walls, other lands that are holding other civilizations, other peoples, other species that are trying to free us from our bondage every single day, but we are not told about this. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is conspiracy theory. This is my opinion. None of this is true, okay? But outside of the Antarctica ice walls or the Antarctica, there are other lands and other species and civilizations that are out there, and they are trying to set us free. Now, if you go do some research on Operation High Jump, it involved a naval pilot by the name of Admiral Richard Byrd, okay? And the U.S. Navy invaded Antarctica in 1946, okay? And they encountered something very fascinating. It says here in this article that conspiracy theories surrounding Operation High Jump often center on New Schwabenland or New Swabia, an area explored by Nazi Germany in 1938. Rumors of a Nazi base and Nazi, get this, UFOs that forced Admiral Richard Byrd's fleet out of there after having persisted for decades in the dark corners of the internet. Meaning, Admiral Richard Byrd, this naval pilot, went down to Antarctica with a whole entire fleet to explore. From the story, this is what the story says, this is conspiracy theory, it says that Nazi UFOs, these flying disc-shaped saucers, came out of the ocean and they started to attack Admiral Richard Byrd's fleet. They say that several ships were destroyed, okay? This is what I want you to know. The good stuff, the good shit that goes on in this planet, they never tell us about. Or we get a completely bogus story. Check this out. The U.S. Navy, the United States Navy, sent out one of their most courageous naval captains out here, or naval admirals out here, and when they went to Antarctica, UFOs came out of the ocean and started to attack them. They destroyed several of the ships. They lost members of their fleet, and they had to retreat. There are several different articles. There are several different. You also have Admiral Byrd's diary. Admiral Byrd's diary, which his son released after his death, that talks about this. Don't believe me? Go do some research. I'm gonna talk some more about this. A lot of the things that are going on today has a lot to do with this. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna drop some more heaters. I'm gonna drop some more fire. I'm gonna drop some conspiracy theory. I'm gonna drop something to make you think. I'm out.